All right, let's jump right into today's deep dive. Got a whole bunch of sources lined up, ready to see what's happening in the Faroe Islands today. Should be interesting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Seems like there's quite a bit going on, both locally and around the world. Plenty to unpack.
Exactly. No time to waste then. Let's get started. First up, politics. In.fo is reporting that Slovakia has offered to host peace talks.
Peace talks. Wow.
Yeah, between Russia and Ukraine.
Oh, wow. That's pretty big news.
It is. And on a, well, maybe not quite as dramatic note, but still important, Germany's parliament has been dissolved, according to in.fo. New elections are being called.
Interesting. Wonder what sparked that decision.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Closer to home, though, Lindjon Christensen has been reelected.
Reelected, as in...
Mayor, yeah, in Føroyar.
Wow, again. How many terms is that now?
In.fo says this is his 10th term.
10th. That's amazing. Talk about dedication.
All right, let's move on to some general news.
Right.
Big news from multiple sources, actually. Kringvarp Føroyar, in.fo, and vp.of are all reporting on it.
Oh, what is it?
The new tunnels north of Klagsvik. Sounds like they finally opened.
Oh, right. I remember hearing about that project. Great to see it's finished.
Definitely. Now, for anyone planning to travel by ferry today, vp.fo says to expect some changes.
Changes to the schedule.
Yeah, for routes 3 and 5.
Ah, okay. Good to know.
Definitely. And now for some news from a bit further afield. vp.fo is reporting a plane crash
A plane crash? Oh, no. Where?
near Aktau, Kazakhstan. Apparently a passenger plane.
Oh, that's terrible. Any word on?
Survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah, vp.fo says there are 25 reported survivors.
Well, that's something at least. Still a scary situation.
Absolutely. Sticking with vp.fo for a moment, they're also reporting a damaged power cable.
A power cable. Interesting.
It's between Finland and Estonia, but details are still pretty scarce at the moment.
Yeah, hopefully they figure out what happened quickly.
Right. Back to the islands now. There's news from Føroyar again.
Føroyar. What's going on there?
Seems like the municipality and the director of the town's cultural center have parted ways.
Oh, wow. That's unexpected.
Yeah, both vp.fo and Kringvarp Føroyar have confirmed it.
Wonder what led to that decision.
Now, for something a little more lighthearted, how about some sports news?
Sounds good to me.
Big news, actually. Get this. The Faroe Islands are going to be hosting a championship.
Whoa, really? What kind of championship?
The European Darts Championship.
Wow, darts. That's fantastic. When is this happening?
In 2026, according to both in.fo and vp.fo.
Oh, nice. Plenty of time to get ready then.
Speaking of sports, in.fo also has an update on THW Kiel.
THW Kiel, the handball team.
That's right. Looks like they won their matches against Lemgo and Bedeheim.
Great to hear they're doing well.
Last but not least, a quick weather update.
Oh, right. Good idea.
Landsverk says we can expect some strong winds this evening.
High winds, huh? Guess I'll have to batten down the hatches then.
Probably a good idea. Well, that was a whirlwind tour of today's news.
It really was. A lot going on. You know, it's really quite something.
What's that?
Just thinking about how all these events, happening all over the world.
Right.
Somehow they all end up having an impact, even on a place like the Faroe Islands.
It's true.
Like, who would thought Slovakia would be the one offering to host peace talks between Russia and Ukraine?
Right. Totally unexpected.
It makes you think about, the role everyone plays on the global stage these days.
Absolutely. And speaking of things you don't expect,
Yeah.
that plane crash in Kazakhstan,
Awful.
it's a real reminder, isn't it?
Of what?
How fragile things are.
You're right.
Makes you want to appreciate every moment.
Couldn't agree more.
Shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
back to the islands.
Yeah.
This news about Føroyar, the municipality, and the cultural center director splitting up. I wonder what that means for the town's cultural scene.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Definitely.
Hopefully they can still keep things going strong there,
For sure, on a brighter note, though,
Oh, yeah.
the Faroe Islands hosting the European Darts Championship in 2026.
That's huge.
Talk about a chance to showcase what the islands have to offer.
Right to a whole new audience.
Not to mention the boost to the economy.
Exactly. Win-win.
And speaking of wins,
Yeah.
congrats to THW Kiel on those handball victories.
They're on a roll.
Now, before we move on,
Okay.
I wanted to circle back to those peace talks for a second. Do you think there's any real chance that Russia or Ukraine will actually agree to them?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
But it's got to count for something, right?
What do you mean?
Having a country like Slovakia step up, offering to host.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
They're not involved in the conflict.
So it creates a more neutral space.
Exactly. Maybe it'll encourage some real dialogue.
Definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Absolutely. And it just goes to show you, right?
Good.
How even events happening far away, they can have these ripple effects.
Yeah, you're right.
Staying informed about what's going on in the world, it's more important than ever.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So we've covered a lot today.
Yeah, we have.
From international politics to local news to accidents and sporting triumphs.
It's amazing how it's all connected.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I think it all leads to one big question.
A question.
Yeah, a question for our listeners to think about.
I like it laid on us.
Okay, so given everything we've discussed today,
Yeah.
how do you see the Faroe Islands' role changing
Changing how?
on the global stage?
Wow.
It's something to ponder, isn't it?
It is food for thought for sure, especially with those potential peace talks.
And the plane crash.
Right, and that power cable.
All these things happening.
They show us how interconnected everything really is.
And how even something that seems far away can have a big impact.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is.
Makes you realize, doesn't it?
Realize what?
How we're all connected, even way out here.
Yeah, you said it.
So, just to quickly recap everything for everyone,
Sure.
we talked about a whole bunch of stuff today, from the Faroe Islands to, well, all over the globe.
Yeah, it was quite a journey.
Like Slovakia offering to host those peace talks.
Who would have thought, right?
And closer to home, Lynn John Christensen starting his 10th term as mayor in Føroyar.
10 terms, that's incredible.
Then there was the plane crash in
Oh,
Kazakhstan
such a tragedy.
and the power cable damage between Finland and Estonia.
Hopefully they can get that sorted out quickly.
But hey, at least we have the European Darts Championship to look forward to.
Oh yeah, that's going to be great in 2026.
So yeah, I think we've given everyone a pretty good overview of what's happening.
Lots to think about for sure.
And hopefully our listeners are now feeling a little more in the loop.
Informed and ready to tackle whatever comes next.
Exactly. So until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep learning.
And most importantly, stay curious.
That's it from us for today. Thanks for tuning in.